So today in math, we are going to be working on transforming two-dimensional shapes to help build your understanding of how to solve geometric problems. So this is the beginning of Chapter 2, Lesson 1. So your math targets are: I can use visualization and spatial reasoning to solve geometric problems. I can demonstrate an understanding of the motions involved in the geometric transformations of translations, reflections, and rotations. I can transform shapes using translations, reflections, and rotations, and I can predict and describe the effect of translations, reflections, and rotations on two-dimensional shapes. So here are the definitions, your vocabulary for this lesson. A lot of these words you will already know. So clockwise is just rotating a figure in the direction of a clock. Counterclockwise is rotating a figure in the opposite direction of a clock. A line of reflection is the line over which a figure is reflected or flipped. In this unit, figures are reflected either over a horizontal line, so here's horizontal, or a vertical line. So lines of reflection. Orientation is the final presentation of a figure after it has been transformed. And position is the location of a figure on a two-dimensional space. Figures that have been translated or reflected change position depending on the point of rotation. For example, a circle rotated anywhere on its circumference can change position. The next definitions are: reflection, a transformation that flips a figure over a line. Rotation, a transformation that turns a figure about a fixed point in a given amount in a specific direction. So there's that. Transformation is the mapping or movement of all points of a figure in a plane according to a common operation. Reflections, rotations, and translations are types of transformations. A translation is a transformation that slides each point of a figure in the same distance in the same direction. Translation. Zip. And then vertices we have already visited in a previous lesson, but the vertices are, a vertex is a common point of two sides of a polygon or three or more edges of a polyhedron. So point, 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 point. Vertices. All right. So you're going to get to manipulate some things today as if you were playing games in the classroom. So the first activity is going to be: where in the stars are you? So how can you describe where the star is on the grid? What directions can you give? So you could say, this is the starting point, the yellow shaded square. So you could describe this to someone else as the star is located in the far left column of the grid, and it is in the third space, so in the third row. So first column, third row, left column, third row, however you want to say it. So you play this game by having the first partner place his or her shape at the starting square, which is colored yellow. So I only have one shape because it's just me, but I'm going to put my trapezoid right there. Then my second partner would place an X somewhere on the grid. So maybe right here. Then the second partner gives directions to help the first partner move the shape to the X. So the first partner could say, move your trapezoid to the fourth square in the row. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then move your square to the fourth square up in the column. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there I am. All right. So you just do this a couple of times. I don't think it's going to take a whole lot of practice. It's just to kind of like a warm-up. So what you're doing here is you are performing translations when you do this. So for the breakout room activity, you'll be assorted into 7 groups. You move to the slide that has your group number on it. So the slides are 7 through 13. You turn on your microphone and talk with the group. In pairs, complete your slide. 2 people will work on the left side and 2 will work on the right. You will need to move the shapes the way I modeled for the group. So 2 folks on your team will be over here and 2 will be over here. This is slide 1, 2, and so on. All right. Then we will come back and we will be working on rotating shapes. So this is called Turn Me Around. So you are going to work with your team to follow the directions to turn the shapes clockwise on this page and counterclockwise on this page. So the cool thing about these shapes is that it shows you when you click on this circle and you move the shape, it shows you the degrees. There we go. So when you get to 90, stop. Now when you go to the next one, you need to grab a shape from here and drag it to the box. You're going to do 180. La, 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 la. 180 degrees. There we go. And so on. You'll be in a group of 4, so it makes sense for one pair to work on the clockwise and the other to work on counterclockwise, and then clean up and switch. So when you clean up, you need to rotate this back to 0. Oops. Move it over here. Oops. And rotate this back to 0 so that it's ready for the next partner. Okay. All right, so that's how you're going to do the second half. So again, you will be randomly sorted into 7 groups and you'll move to the 2 slides that have your group number on them, 17 through 30. Turn on your microphone and talk with your group, and in your group complete your slides. You need to move the shapes the way I modeled for the group. So we will obviously be doing that when we have our live session. So that is going to be it. You will do, you will also be doing some translations for homework. All right. I will see you soon.